You are posting more. You are posting faster. But still, your content isn't landing. And that is the frustrating part, because you've done everything what everyone else told you. Be consistent, stop overthinking, just post. And now you are doing that. But nothing really changed. Most of your posts are fine. And that is the problem. Fine content doesn't build anything. And if you are honest, you can feel that. There is one thing missing, and it is not effort. This is what I see all the time. Creators fix consistency. They fix speed. They start showing up properly. But the content still feels average. Not bad, but just not strong. And the reason is simple. You are producing faster, but your thinking has not improved. So all that happens is that you say the same thing, just more often.
So first, of course, there is no secret. That's really the first part of the answer. Second part of the answer is you need a strong content strategy, because the end goal of LinkedIn is to build a positioning. The positioning, it means that your brand or your personal brand occupies a specific place in the mind of your customers and of your audience. So that's the end goal. And to do this, you cannot just open your laptop, write anything, and close your laptop.
Most content isn't bad. It's just obvious. It sounds right, it looks clean, but it just doesn't hit, because there is no depth behind it. It is built on things that everyone already knows, safe opinions, repeated ideas, and when that is the input, the output will always be the same.
The big thing is the first month that we have with any client is purely focused on their positioning. So we don't actually just go straight to throwing out content on LinkedIn. We spend about a month getting really clear on why they're credible, why they're worth listening to, and packaging that in a way that is interesting and engaging for their audience. The number one difference I see between the personal brands that are very successful and actually make a lot of money and generate a lot of business off the back of their personal brand, and the ones that are just numbers, they're just lots of followers but they don't actually generate any revenue, is what we call positioning, right? And it's so important, because who says something matters just as much as what they say.
There are two types of content: surface content and inside content. Surface content is obvious, safe, repeated, recycled. Inside content is specific, earned, opinionated, pattern-based. This is the difference, and that's why our content still isn't improving. Let me show you. Surface. Consistency is important. Inside. Consistency isn't your problem. Unclear thinking is. And that's why every post feels hard. Same topic, completely different depth. And there's the gap that you're feeling.
So the idea of being a designer was like, I always wanted to create something which looked beautiful, right? So because of my background in computer engineering, I always tried to break down the larger problems into smaller ones so I understand them better, right? So when I created cheat sheets or when I started creating carousels, I looked at the problems like big, heavier problems, and then I trimmed them down to one slide at a time. And from there, I learned about the fundamentals of design.
Most creators never upgrade their thinking. They just increase output. So they end up repeating the same ideas, avoiding any real opinions, and staying with the safe options. I saw this immediately in my own content when I increased output. The more I posted without thinking properly, the more average it sounded. Because real insight requires something that most people skip: paying attention, seeing the patterns, and actually thinking about what is happening.
I was quite afraid to start posting, start building my personal brand. At the time, I had about 700 connections, all of which were my past employers, my ex-colleagues, my friends from university. And I was so afraid to start posting and get, the judgment from all of them. I sat on the idea for a while. I was following all these people that I mentioned. And eventually I landed a job by going through a lot of rounds of interviews and rejections. But when I started my job, I thought to myself, this is the time, I have to take my career seriously. I have to start working on my personal brand on the side as well. And I'm so glad that I did.
If you want better content, you don't need more ideas. You need better raw material. Still this? Use it today. Before you post anything, run it through this. Number 1, observation. What am I actually seeing happen? Not what sounds good. What is real? Number 2, pattern. Have I seen these more than once? If it's not repeating, it is not insight. Number 3, point of view. What do I actually believe about this? Not neutral, not safe, but your actual take. If you cannot answer these 3, it is surface content.
As women, when we're brought up in childhood, typically girls are praised more for being polite and being nurturing, whereas boys are praised more for being assertive and even competitive. So even from a young age, we are socialized that women are polite over everything else and more submissive. And as we get older and as we get into adulthood, that conditioning runs even deeper. So typically, if we look at women politicians, they're politicians that tend to be more criticized for speaking out versus their male peers. Another example would be studies have shown that women consistently underestimate their abilities compared to male peers of the same competence.
This is why your content sounds the same. Not because you are not trying, but because you are pulling out of the same level of thinking as everyone else. Next time you write a post, stop. Don't ask if it's good. Ask, is this obvious? Have I actually seen this? Do I believe this? If not, it's not ready. You don't need more ideas, you need better ones. And better ideas don't come from speed, they come from depth. You fixed consistency, you fixed speed. Now, this is the next level, your thinking. Because right now, you don't have a content problem, you have a thinking problem. Go back to your last 5 posts. Be honest, were they insight or just surface? If you want to get better at this, not just post more, subscribe. Because next, I'm going to show you how to develop real insights and build content that actually stands out. See you in the next one.